Upon notification that I was being nominated for the Office of Strategic Services Society's Peter Ortiz Award, I didn't give it much thought. My team and I were in the middle of a robust training cycle in preparation for deployment, and my focus was on the mission. A few weeks later, upon notification that I would be receiving the award, I finally did some research. I learned that Colonel Peter Ortiz was the most decorated member of the OSS. Not only that, he was a total badass. To be presented an award in his name was an absolute honor. I struggled to craft an acceptance speech. I felt my name belonged nowhere near that of Peter Ortiz. Once it set in that I wouldn't be up on that stage alone, that I was merely a representation of something much bigger and more significant, receipt of this honor became much easier to accept. With my father and wife by my side, we arrived at our nation's capital. On October 12, 2019, in the Washington, D.C.'s Ritz-Carlton's Grand Ballroom, the OSS Society hosted its annual gala, officially known as the William J. Donovan Award Dinner. Quote, "The hottest party you've never heard of remains absent from the standard list of must-attend Washington social events where members of the intelligence and special operations communities come together to recognize those who have exemplified the distinguishing features of the honor's namesake, the World War II general known as Wild Bill Donovan." With a live orchestra softly playing the works of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, more than 800 attendees in tuxedos, gowns, and full-dress military uniforms sip martinis, converse, and sway on the dance floor. The only thing missing from what is unofficially dubbed Spy Prom is 007 raking in the chips at the Baccarat table. The awards presented during this esteemed event include the William J. Donovan Award, the Hugh Montgomery Award, the Virginia Hall Award, and finally, the Peter Ortiz Award, which on this night was presented by the commander of the United States Army Special Operations Command, Lieutenant General Francis M. Bodette. Quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to be here tonight to introduce one of our very best, Warrant Officer Nick Lavery. He is a special operator in whom Wild Bill Donovan would immediately recognize the calculated recklessness and disciplined daring he saw in his generation of warriors. On behalf of our 4,000 Army Special Operations warriors deployed today, thank you all for your stalwart support of our men and women, and especially our cherished Gold Star families. You truly make a difference to all of them. Thank you." Simply put, Warrant Officer Nick Lavery is a warrior's warrior. Nick selflessly and repeatedly risked his life for his nation, his comrades in arms, and most importantly, he accomplished what our nation needed him to do every time he left our shores. Nick is a hero in the truest sense, and I am incredibly humbled and proud that you are honoring him here tonight. Thank you to the OSS Society for bestowing this recognition to Nick, and having Nick's family here tonight is truly special. Thank you to Mike and Tony for celebrating this with us. It's great to spend some time with you. Nick's chosen profession requires an immersion into some of the nation's most difficult challenges, often in demanding, complex, and especially uncertain environments. To answer the nation's call, we seek men and women who have the tenacity to achieve the impossible and the resiliency to do it again and again. Nick Lavery's story is truly exemplar of that. 2012 was just another year of dangerous living for Nick. In September, he took shrapnel to his back during a village clearing operation in Afghanistan. In November, he was shot in the face while rescuing his detachment commander from a burning vehicle in a complex ambush. But each time, he refused to be evacuated out of country for his wounds, insisting that he return to his detachment, which he did.